Let me quickly talk about coal ash some more. We heard about it at lunch and saw some pictures of it from far, far away. Now I've got a picture right here. This is a microscopic view of coal ash. You can see that it really looks like little balls or little pebbles. And what coal ash really is that they're talking about, it's basically two things: bottom ash and fly ash. Bottom ash is literally the ash that when you burn coal, it's the ash that falls down. Think of the ash in the grate under a fire, a wood fire. It's not nearly that much and it's not nearly that coarse. It's very fine. That's the bottom ash. The fly ash is literally the ash that goes up with the smoke. It is essentially as light as air, not necessarily lighter than air and maybe just heavier, but because of the heat, it rises up. And so what we've gotten really good at in this country and really around the world in places that employ it is cleaning this ash, cleaning these tiny, tiny particles out of the smokestacks and gathering them up. What nobody really planned to do was, what are we going to do with this ash once we gather it up? So, as Frank was saying, we're going to take it and bury it in a hole beside us. So that's where the ash has gotten piled up. And the, I guess, interim solution Frank was talking about is basically making a better hole, lining it and that kind of thing, making a landfill out of it. I would suggest to you that the real long-term solution for coal ash is going to be beneficial use and beneficial reuse of the coal ash. And when somebody figures out that, then they're going to have gold mines basically all around of ash to pick up, raw product, raw material, if you were to pick up and use. You can use this material in a lot of products like cement or concrete. It's got tremendous properties that are valuable in those kind of things, and I could talk and have talked at other places for a long time about that. But let me quickly move on to the shout out. What are folks making claims about? We've got a tremendous increase in coal ash now. As Frank was saying, there was 13 lawsuits filed in the last week or so at the shear plant, or about the shear plant down in Georgia. I think he said there were 50 more, or a total of 50 coming. So it's really going to get going. A list of the things that they're suing for. Frank mentioned the RICO claims, and those are Georgia law RICO claims, not federal RICO claims. The suits in Georgia are in state court in Georgia, not in federal court. And I suspect they'll stay in state court and federal court because of the alignment of the parties, from the way I understand the suits. I'm not involved in any of those. But the cause of actions that we have seen in coal ash litigation that we've handled and looked at has included things from your regular federal statutes that you would think of, circling RCRA, to negligence actions, nuisance, premises liability, trespass, battery, warranty, breach of warranty type things, product liability, failure to warn, intentional torts, fraud, intentional infliction of emotional distress, and conspiracy. And the conspiracy kind of claims are a common law kind of approach toward a RICO type of a pleading. So those claims are there, and they're out there, and they're growing. They involve a great number of plaintiffs, individual plaintiffs, just about every time. What you'll find is that these are the type of suits that from a defense side are potentially the kind where you want to look at something like a lone pine order, some kind of a case management order to handle what's got to be done for the defense of these suits. This is, I guess, a statue made out of marble that if they'd been made out of coal ash, it would still be whole, I guess. The common law defenses to any of your negligence and nuisance claims, all those kind of things, are all still out there. The heightened pleading standards in federal courts are the kind of things that you can take advantage of to try to tap down things claims a little bit. We're running long on a time, so I'm not going to go into all the different defenses, but also statute of limitations and things we talked about earlier would be things worth looking at as well.